What's up, everyone? This is FP6. I know it's been a while. I've been really busy with teaching, but season 11 of Go Battle League is upon us, and this season is kind of interesting in the fact that similar to season 5, I believe it was, there's no ratings or rankings or leaderboards or anything like that, and so it really offers you a fun chance to try out some Pokemon that you might have never used before with no fear of losing and having it negatively impact your rating in Go Battle League. So in this video, I just randomly pretty much chose 3 Pokemon that I had built for Great League, but don't typically run too frequently. Running Staraptor in the lead, Snorlax on the safe swap, and then Serperior in the back, just giving these Pokemon some play. These are very early battles in the season. I haven't been doing too much battling, so I believe I'm still like rank 6 at the time of doing these battles, but you'll see some fun and interesting battles here. It's always it's always exciting in the beginning of the season because you run into some absolutely wild team comps that other trainers are running. So it's always a lot of fun to try to guess what your opponent has in the back based on what they're running. So I have my Serperior against this Vigoroth here, not able to get to another Frenzy Plant, but I still have 2 shields. And Staraptor with Close Combat and Brave Bird essentially is going to have play against whatever is going to come in here, especially since shields are down. Close Combat's going to get hit really hard, or Brave Bird's going to hit really hard. It's going to, in fact, one-shot this Venusaur here. So down goes the Venusaur. We're going to swap into the Snorlax, and I do have a Body Slam saved. Going to be able to take out this Drifblim and take this first match here. Good game. Hope you all are doing well. And let me know down in the comments if there's any Pokemon you'd like to see featured on a team in one of my upcoming videos. I am totally willing to run whatever. I do have a lot of Pokemon built, especially in Great League, and I am totally down to kind of try any teams and try any Pokemon and just have fun with it, taking it nice and casual. My move does get shielded by the A9, which is unfortunate. The Powder Snows are hitting super effective on the Staraptor, and it's going to hit super effective on my Serperior as well. So I'm just going to try to chunk this down as much as I can with Snorlax and see what my opponent wants to do. I actually end up getting both shields, and I'm able to get to another Body Slam before they get to a move, but they are going to barely survive this. And they swap out, they save the energy. Nice play on their part, because one more lick would have KO'd them there, and I would have sniped down all that energy. But out comes a Toxicroak, really not good for me. The Body Slam does do a lot of damage though. But I'm in an awkward scenario here because I have no energy on my Staraptor. So I go for a catch on my Serperior, and it ends up being a Mud Bomb. I was actually gonna totally be okay if that was a Sludge Bomb as well. It would have done a lot of damage, but I kind of wanted to save my Staraptor. I did remember that they had a lot of energy stored on their A9. They had 2 Weather Balls stored. Holy cow. Not gonna shield any of this, and I'm just gonna farm it down with Staraptor and absolutely demolish this Venusaur in the back. Going to be able to get to the Brave Bird, and then 1 wing attack should be enough to take out the Alolan Ninetales. Staraptor is so frail, but its moveset is really interesting. Running double nukes of Close Combat and Brave Bird. Wing attack is a pretty decent fast move as well. This lead is kind of awkward. My Serperior definitely needs to avoid it. I do know that my Staraptor can survive an Icy Wind, and the Hexes are double resisted because of the normal typing on Staraptor. So farming up a little extra here, and then going to throw the Brave Bird. Wondering if my opponent knows my moveset here, but they are going to shield up the Brave Bird. Kind of unfortunate for me. Because I snuck that wing attack through, I'm thinking that I can get to another Brave Bird. I want to get both shields or win the lead here. So going to throw this Brave Bird, and they end up double shielding, but I cannot switch out of here because I do not want to risk my Serperior getting aligned with the Drifblim. So I'm going to bring in the Snorlax and try to farm this balloon all the way down. They bring in an Azumarill, and I'm going to bring in my Superior. Now, one Frenzy Plant does not one-shot an Azumarill depending on how XL it is. So I'm recognizing that I can farm up a lot of energy here. I'm going to shield the potential Ice Beam. They end up not even having Ice Beam. But either way, going to build to 100 energy here and then throw the Frenzy Plant. This should be enough damage to take out the Azu at this health now. Down it goes. If the Drifblim comes out, I'm just going to throw this Frenzy Plant. Even though it's resisted, it's going to be enough damage to take out the Drifblim. And what is in the back? It's a Registeel. Okay, so need to go for some Frenzy Plant chip damage here. And ultimately need to be able to get to a superpower on my Snorlax to take out this Registeel. I want to force this Registeel to have to throw a move on my Superior. That's why I'm staying in. I need it to burn some energy before I can make the swap. They're actually running Hyper Beam, which out of all the possible moves on Registeel at this point, Zap Cannon, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Hyper Beam is definitely the least used move. But it does hit for neutral damage on a lot of things. But that was definitely a surprise. Able to take out the Registeel and win the game there. Good game. Staraptor into a Phalanx. Oh my gosh. I've actually never battled against one of those before. It is a fighting type. I know it has counter. And it also has like Mega Horn, I believe. It has some sort of a bug charge move as well as superpower. I'm throwing the close combat against the Deoxys just because I was hoping for any chip damage. But I actually end up getting a shield. I thought about bringing out my Snorlax because I'd be hitting for super effective damage with the Lick, but I don't want to be receiving super effective damage with the counters. So I'm just going to go into my Superior here. And Superior is always surprisingly bulkier than I expect. So it's tanking these Psycho Boosts no problem. Gonna be able to get to another Frenzy Plant here. This is not going to be enough to knock out this DD. Shiny DD, by the way. Looks really nice. Actually, I do not have a shiny Defense Deoxys, but that is a cool looking Pokemon. I easily survive the Psycho Boost. I was not able to switch out of there. This is a Charm Alolan Ninetales, which is slightly worse for me because the fast move damage is really going to add up here. And so me having 2 shields doesn't benefit me all that much. But I know it takes 6 charms for them to get to a Weather Ball, so I'm farming up as much as I can, going to throw the Body Slam here, and they're still able to survive, so I'm going to throw another Body Slam right as they're receiving the energy for another Weather Ball. Down goes the Alolan Ninetales, and I want to make a swap immediately into my Staraptor. These counters are hitting Staraptor for neutral damage, and you can just see how glassy it is. It's really adding up. Out comes the Deoxys once again, and I fully commit to farming this down, and I'm going to be able to get to the Brave Bird to one-shot this Phalanx. Really unique team that my opponent had there. Phalanx, Shiny, Defense Deoxys, and a Charm A9 in the back. That was awesome. Staraptor into Clefable. Man, any Charmer, the fast move pressure just really shreds Staraptor here. But gonna go for the Brave Bird. If I swap out, that Charm that went through right there will not register on Staraptors, so that's what I'm gonna do. I get a shield, swap into Snorlax. Whatever this move is, it's gonna do a lot of damage, so I do need to end up shielding this. It is a Meteor Mash. They're opting to stay in. Okay, now they swap in Lucario. Superpower is gonna hit for a lot of damage. I'm really hoping that they let this go through, but they end up shielding it. Really unfortunate for me because I get farmed all the way down and I am in a tough spot here. Gonna bring out my Staraptor, but they end up throwing energy. Thank goodness, because they easily could have farmed me down. They're running Aura Sphere, which is one of the heavier charge move costs that Lucario has. So at this point, I'm hoping that they might be single moved, only Aura Sphere. I end up shielding it, but it was a CMP tie. Really unfortunate. I'm going to undercharge this Frenzy Plant to get some more energy off of this Lucario. Able to get 2 Vine Whips out of there. That's really nice. And my opponent brings in a Milotic, which allows me to farm up as much energy as possible. And now I'm going to be able to one-shot this Milotic with a Frenzy Plant, and then also be able to take out the Clefable in the back. If they would have come in Clefable originally, would have been a little bit more difficult for me, because I was like 4 Vine Whips away from Frenzy Plant, and the charms would have added up. Still would have been really close, though. Good game. Hitmonchan lead. Another fighter where they're hitting for neutral while I'm hitting for super effective. But look at the damage that Hitmonchan is outputting here. It's really, really hurting my bird here. Gonna shield up the Thunder Punch. And I cannot farm this all the way down without it getting to another move. So I unfortunately have to throw close combat here. And they were right at enough energy for another Thunder Punch. So I'm going to throw another close combat, see if they want to win the lead. They let it go. In the back is a Bastiodon. This is not good at all. Superpower will hit for double super effective damage. It won't one-shot though. And then my attack and my defense will be lowered. So I'm most likely going to have to get out of here. They let the superpower go. Fine by me. This Bastiodon is now in Frenzied Plant plus farm down range. I do end up shielding the Flamethrower. What do they have in the back? They end up having an Ivysaur in the back. Not great. Luckily, Aerial Ace will hit for super effective here. But Superior really does not have that high of attack. And Aerial Ace is a terrible move. Plus, you don't get stab on it with Superior. So really rough. They end up shielding their Ivysaur there, but I need enough energy on my Snorlax to land a Body Slam on the Ivysaur and then a Superpower on the Bastiodon. And there's just no way that's going to be able to happen. Plus, they were able to get extra farm off of my Superior. They were able to Vine Whip me down. Really not good for me here. I'm farming up as much as I can, but the Smackdown damage is just going to do too much. I'm not going to be able to get to that Superpower. And we end up losing that game. Unfortunate. Well played by my opponent. Looks like we're ranked 7 now. Okay, Unova Stunfisk in the lead. Really not good for me. So I'm going to swap into my Snorlax and start getting some energy. Now, if I can farm something down with my Staraptor and hit it with close combat late game, I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage. They bring out a Medicham here and they throw immediately after 5 counters. So I knew that this was going to be a power-up punch. I know I'm going to be able to get to 2 body slams here, which is going to do a lot of damage to this Medicham. I am hitting for super effective damage with the licks here because of that psychic typing on Medicham. And I get both shields, which I'm very surprised by, but I'm still in a terrible spot here because this Medicham... Okay, I was really hoping that this was power-up punch. Oh my gosh, it was a freaking ice punch. And it did so much damage. So now I'm in this position where I have to load up as much energy as possible with my Superior. Gonna have to shield once. And I'm keeping track of the Medicham's energy. They're pretty much at an Ice Punch right there. So I'm gonna throw Frenzy Plant here. And see what they got going on in the back. Hopefully my Superior can sweep what they have. They bring in the Stunfisk. I totally wall off this energy. They can hit me with Mud Bomb. They can hit me with Discharge. I sneak a Vine Whip through there, which is actually really huge. Because this means that the Stunfisk is not going to be able to get to another move. I'm able to farm it down. What is in the back? It's a Cresselia. I'm going to need 3 Frenzy Plants to knock out this thing. No Psycho Cut goes through on the first Frenzy Plant. I'm going to try to force CMP on this Frenzy Plant right here to ensure that no extra energy sneaks through from my opponent's side. And it was in fact a CMP tie on this Grass Knot here. Have to shield it up, but I know that I'm going to be able to comfortably get to 1 more Frenzy Plant to knock out the Cresselia. Could have gone for Aerial Ace just to be a little cheeky, but we're just going to go for the Frenzy here and take out the Cresselia and win that game. Good game there. Got a couple more battles. Staraptor into Venusaur again. This is like the 3rd Venusaur I saw in these 2 sets. So really fortunate for me. Out comes a G-Fisk, and I'm fairly quick to the response on my Superior here. Now, Rock Slide is the move that they should be throwing here because Superior is a pure grass type. Grass does not resist rock, but it does resist ground. Typically, if you bring a Venusaur onto a Stunfisk, both of those moves hit for neutral because of the poison subtyping on Venusaur. But in this instance, you definitely want to go Rock Slide. So because my opponent is throwing that move, it really allows me to farm up a lot of extra energy and really maximize this scenario here. Out comes a freaking Talonflame, and I'm able to get to this aerial ace before getting incinerated down. I get a shield there as well, which is very surprising. But now I have alignment totally in my favor. I keep the Snorlax on the Talonflame, and I'm going to keep my Staraptor on the Venusaur, and this should be pretty straightforward. I no-shielded this first move because worst case scenario, if they Brave Bird there, I still barely survive, and then Staraptor will be able to do a lot of damage to their Talonflame when it's debuffed. Got a little bit of desync lag there because I only got like 3 licks in before they threw this charge move. Unfortunate. But then they're definitely lagging there, so it looks like the game kind of caught up. Gonna throw a body slam, and if they swap, I'm gonna swap. So there's the swap, and at this point the game is pretty much over, and my opponent knows that. Good game. Final battle of the video here. Staraptor into Walrein. This is awful. This is definitely a core breaker for my team, but I know that once again, if I can get ahead on energy with my Staraptor or my Superior towards the late game, I will be able to threaten that Walrein. Out comes a Trevenant, and this is a little bit surprising because the Shadow Claws are double resisted. However, my Body Slams are double resisted as well. Same with Superpower. But gonna throw one Body Slam here, and this lick damage is really adding up on this Trevenant. Gonna be able to get to another Body Slam here. I'm hoping that my opponent gets worried and shields this, because Staraptor is going to totally wall off this energy, very similar to Pidgeot here, same typing. I sneak a Wing Attack upon entering as well, which is really good for me. They go for Shadow Ball, which is double resisted, but probably does slightly more damage than one Seed Bomb would. I really need to get to a close combat here against this Walrein. I was hoping they'd let this go because they only have one shield, but they end up shielding it. Really not good for me. Gonna bring out my Superior. No Vine Whip goes through. They deny my fast move. They're definitely gonna be able to get to 2 Icicle Spears, so I'm going to have to expend both my shields here. I'm going to safely do 3 more Vine Whips to try to maximize my energy here and then throw my charge move. I'm just hoping that whatever they have in the back, my Superior is going to have some play against. What is in the back? It's a Jellicent, and Superior is going to do very, very well here. Going to be able to land a Frenzy Plant. Jellicent does survive, but then I should be able to Vine Whip this down. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. I'm going to try to output some more videos. I've just been so busy with work, but best of luck with your battles, and I'll catch you all in the next video.